ExamPrep.School. Massachusetts Exam for Motor Vehicle Damage Insurance Appraiser. Exam code SERIES 16-60. There are 5 practice exams in this series. This video covers Practice Exam 1. The first 20 questions are free. In this video, we will be covering the following major categories for Practice Exam 1. Appraising auto physical damage claims. Insurance basics. Insurance regulation. Let's walk through the format. I'll read each question and its choices. Let's get started. Question 1. Which statutory function is mandated by MGLC? 26 Section 8 grams for the Auto Damage Appraisers Licensing Board. A. Licensing and regulating individuals engaged in motor vehicle damage appraisal, including examinations and disciplinary actions. B. Determining fair market value of salvage vehicles and overseeing salvage auctions. C. Establishing mandatory mediation for appraisal disputes under automobile insurance policies. D. Collecting and summarizing claim data for submission to the Commissioner of Insurance. A countdown circle appears in the top right. Once it completes, the answer is revealed. You can pause at any time if you'd like longer to think. If you'd like additional practice covering more topics, see the description for our book. The correct answer is A. The law creates the board to license, examine, regulate practice standards, and enforce disciplinary measures for auto damage appraisers. Reason B is not correct. The board has no authority over salvage valuation or auction processes under the statute. Reason C is not correct. The statute does not assign dispute mediation of appraisals to the board. Reason D is not correct. Data collection and reporting to the commissioner is outside the board's statutory duties. Question 2. Under MGLC 26 Section 8 grams, how is the Auto Damage Appraisers Licensing Board composed and appointed? A. 5 members appointed by the governor with council consent, comprising 3 licensed appraisers and 2 public members. B. 5 members appointed by the Commissioner of Insurance, comprising 4 licensed appraisers and 1 public member. C. 7 members appointed by the governor, comprising 5 licensed appraisers and 2 insurance industry representatives. D. 3 members elected by licensed appraisers and 2 appointed by insurer trade associations. The correct answer is A. The statute specifies a 5-member board appointed by the governor with council advice and consent, including 3 licensed appraisers and 2 public members. Reason B is not correct. The law assigns appointment authority to the governor, not the Commissioner of Insurance. Reason C is not correct. The board is limited to 5 members, not 7, and does not include industry representatives. Reason D is not correct. No provision allows election by appraisers or appointment by trade associations under this statute. Question 3. Under Massachusetts regulations, what is the minimum age at which an applicant may be licensed as a motor vehicle damage appraiser? A. 16 years old. B. 18 years old. C. 21 years old. D. 25 years old. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is that applicants must be at least 18 years old, as specified by Massachusetts licensing requirements for motor vehicle damage appraisers. Reason A is not correct. 16 is too young. The regulation sets a higher age threshold. Reason C is not correct. 21 exceeds the actual minimum requirement. Reason D is not correct. 25 is well above the mandated minimum age. Question 4. According to Massachusetts licensing standards, good moral character for motor vehicle damage appraiser applicants is demonstrated by which of the following? A. No revocation of any other professional license. B. No driving under the influence convictions in the past 5 years. C. No convictions for crimes involving dishonesty or moral turpitude. D. No civil judgments in favor of an insured party. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is that applicants must have no convictions for crimes involving dishonesty or moral turpitude, which is the standard for good moral character in these regulations. Reason A is not correct. Prior license revocations address past professional licensure, not personal character. Reason B is not correct. DUI convictions are not the focus of moral character provisions for appraisers. Reason D is not correct. Civil judgments do not directly reflect honesty or moral turpitude requirements. Question 5. According to 212 CMR 2.02, what is the standard license term for Massachusetts motor vehicle damage appraisers? A. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 3 years. D. 5 years. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is a 2-year term, as prescribed by 212 CMR 2.02. The regulation specifies that appraiser licenses must be renewed biennially to remain in good standing. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because appraiser licenses under 212 CMR 2.02 are issued for a longer term than 1 year. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because the regulation stipulates 2-year terms rather than 3-year terms. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because the regulation does not provide a 5-year term for appraisers. Question 6. According to 212 CMR 2.023, a motor vehicle damage appraiser seeking renewal must ensure the board receives the renewal application at least how many days before the current license expiration date to avoid a lapse? A. 15 days. B. 30 days. C. 45 days. D. 60 days. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is that renewal applications must be received at least 30 days before expiration. This requirement ensures the board can process timely renewals and prevents inadvertent license lapses. Reason A is not correct. This option is incorrect because renewal applications must be received earlier than 15 days before expiration. Reason C is not correct. This option is incorrect because the regulation specifies a shorter advance submission window than 45 days. Reason D is not correct. This option is incorrect because submissions cannot occur as late as 60 days before expiration under this rule. Question 7. An appraiser knowingly submits an estimate that understates repair costs to favor the insurer's financial interest. Under MGLC 26, Section 8 grams, which of the following actions is grounds for disciplinary action by the board? A. Willfully understating repair costs to benefit the insurer. B. Making an unintentional arithmetic error in the repair estimate. C. Using standard industry repair methods without obtaining insurer pre-approval. D. Submitting the damage estimate within the required regulatory timeframe. The correct answer is A. The statute authorizes discipline for willful misrepresentation or fraud, such as intentionally understating repair costs. Unintentional arithmetic mistakes, use of standard repair methods, and timely submission are not grounds under Section 8 grams. Reason B is not correct. Unintentional arithmetic errors lack the element of willful misrepresentation required for board action. Reason C is not correct. Standard industry repair methods are permissible and not cited as disciplinary grounds under the statute. Reason D is not correct. Timely submission is a procedural requirement. Meeting it does not constitute a violation. Question 8. Under Massachusetts 2 of 11, CMR 16.00, which obligation requires that a motor vehicle damage appraiser's valuation remain unbiased and unaffected by any interested party? A. Provide the lowest possible damage estimate for the insured. B. Ensure the appraisal maximizes insurer profitability. C. Prepare appraisals in a fair and impartial manner. D. Recommend a specific repair facility to the claimant. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is that appraisers must prepare fair and impartial appraisals, ensuring their estimates are objective and not influenced by any party's financial interests, as required by 211 CMR 16.00. Reason A is not correct. Appraisers are prohibited from tailoring estimates to favor the insured by understating damage costs. Reason B is not correct. The regulation does not permit appraisals based on insurer profit motives, it mandates neutrality instead. Reason D is not correct. Recommending a repair facility creates a conflict of interest and is not a regulatory obligation. Question 9. Under a Massachusetts personal automobile policy, which of the following best defines the term named insured? A. Each individual listed in the declarations, excluding any spouse even if residing in the same household. B. Any person who rents a covered vehicle under the policy but is not listed on the declarations. C. Any household member who regularly operates the covered vehicle with permission. D. Each individual named in the declarations, including a spouse who resides in the same household. The correct answer is D. The correct answer is each individual named in the declarations, including a spouse who resides in the same household, as specified in the Massachusetts personal auto policy definitions. Reason A is not correct. This excludes a resident spouse, but the policy explicitly extends named insured status to the spouse if living in the same household. Reason B is not correct. Renters of covered vehicles are not automatically named insureds unless specifically listed in the declarations. Reason C is not correct. This describes permissive users or residents, not the defined named insured under the declarations. Question 10. Under Massachusetts auto insurance regulations, how is a collision deductible applied when multiple insured vehicles sustain damage in a single collision claim? A. Deductible applied once to the combined loss amount. B. Deductible waived if the policyholder is not at fault. C. Deductible applied only to the vehicle with greatest damage. D. Deductible applied separately to each insured vehicle involved. The correct answer is D. This option is correct because collision deductibles are assessed separately for each covered vehicle, according to Massachusetts appraisal rules, ensuring each vehicle's damage appraisal has its own deductible applied. Reason A is not correct. This distractor incorrectly states that the deductible applies only once to the combined damage amount, but regulations require separation per vehicle. Reason B is not correct. This distractor implies that the deductible is waived when not at fault, but fault determination does not affect application of collision deductibles under Massachusetts regulations. Reason C is not correct. This distractor suggests the deductible applies only to the vehicle with greatest damage, but each vehicle's damage is subject to its own deductible regardless of loss size. Question 11. A policyholder's vehicle suffers a broken windshield, requiring a $350 repair, and vandalism damage requiring a $700 repair in the same covered event. The policy includes a $500 comprehensive deductible. How much will the insurer pay after applying the deductible? A. $350. B. $700. C. $1,050. D. $550. The correct answer is D. The total loss amount is $350, plus $700 equals $1,050. And since both damages occurred in a single incident, a single $500 deductible applies, resulting in a payment of $1,050 minus $500 equals $550. Reason A is not correct. This assumes the deductible applies only to the smaller repair instead of the combined loss for the single event. Reason B is not correct. This treats the deductible as if it applies only to the larger repair rather than the total event amount. Reason C is not correct. This ignores the comprehensive deductible entirely by paying the full combined amount. Question 12. Under a standard auto physical damage insurance policy, subrogation most accurately refers to which of the following? A. The insurer's transfer of the vehicle's salvage title to a third-party auction to offset claim expenses. B. The insurer's acquisition of the insured's legal rights to recover payment from a third party responsible for the loss after indemnifying the insured. C. The insured's voluntary assignment of repair benefits directly to the insurer's preferred collision repair facility. D. Securing collateral documents and stamping bond forms as needed to finalize a bail, although not explicitly detailed in the agreement. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is the process by which the insurer, after paying the claim, steps into the insured's shoes and pursues recovery from the at-fault third party. Reason A is not correct. This describes salvage disposition rather than the legal recovery rights of subrogation. Reason C is not correct. Assignment of repair benefits involves directing repair payments, not pursuing third-party recovery rights. Reason D is not correct. A waiver of subrogation is the opposite concept, where the insurer gives up its recovery rights rather than exercising them. Question 13. Which of the following best describes the primary responsibility of an auto physical damage appraiser in the claims process? A. Evaluate vehicle condition to identify potential subrogation opportunities. B. Verify policy terms and conditions relevant to coverage determination. C. Produce an impartial and detailed estimate of necessary repairs and associated costs. D. Facilitate negotiation of repair charges between the insurer and repair facility. The correct answer is C. The primary duty of an auto damage appraiser is to deliver an unbiased, accurate estimate of vehicle damage and repair costs to support claim settlement. Reason A is not correct. Identifying subrogation is a secondary task, but the core role is damage estimation. Reason B is not correct. Reviewing policy provisions is handled by claims adjusters, not appraisers. Reason D is not correct. Appraisers provide cost estimates rather than negotiate repair charges. Question 14. An auto damage appraiser is approached by a longtime client who requests adding undocumented damage to the estimate to increase the settlement payout. According to the requirement that appraisers remain independent and impartial when estimating damage, the appraiser should A. Accommodate the client's request if it maintains the business relationship. B. Ask the client for additional photographs to justify the undocumented damage. C. Base the estimate solely on observed damage and applicable standards, excluding undocumented items. D. Collaborate with the client to adjust the appraisal in their favor under a contingency. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is grounded in the obligation to remain independent and impartial, which requires basing estimates strictly on verified damage and recognized appraisal standards. Reason A is not correct. Accommodating the request would compromise impartiality and violate independence requirements. Reason B is not correct. Seeking further evidence still implies readiness to include unverified damage, undermining impartiality. Reason D is not correct. Collaborating on inflating the appraisal conflicts directly with the duty to remain unbiased. Question 15. While inspecting a collision-damaged vehicle, an appraiser considers omitting minor dents to speed up the process and avoid repair shop disputes. According to the ethical duty to avoid exaggerating or minimizing vehicle damage, the appraiser must A. Exclude minor dents to streamline the appraisal and avoid contention. B. Seek repair shop recommendations to determine which dents merit inclusion. C. Consolidate minor damages into a single line item to simplify reporting. D. Document all visible damage accurately regardless of size or potential dispute. The correct answer is D. The correct answer reflects the obligation to record all observed damage accurately and completely, avoiding both overstatement and understatement of losses. Reason A is not correct. Excluding minor dents would result in underreporting and violates accuracy requirements. Reason B is not correct. Relying on repair shops for inclusion criteria transfers judgment away from the qualified appraiser. Reason C is not correct. Consolidating damages obscures individual assessments and undermines precise reporting. Question 16. During a vehicle inspection, a claimant repeatedly asks why certain damage types are not covered by their policy. According to appropriate communication standards, the appraiser should A. Explain the difference between covered and excluded damage in clear, non-technical terms. B. Refer the claimant to their insurer and avoid discussing coverage details. C. Provide a detailed citation of policy clauses to justify coverage decisions. D. Promise to adjust the appraisal if the insurer later questions the claimant's coverage. The correct answer is A. The correct answer demonstrates clear, transparent communication, using non-technical language to explain coverage distinctions without overstepping the appraiser's role or relying on policy jargon. Reason B is not correct. Deferring entirely to the insurer neglects the appraiser's duty to communicate inspection findings clearly. Reason C is not correct. Citing clauses in technical terms can confuse the claimant and exceeds the appraiser's explanatory role. Reason D is not correct. Promising appraisal adjustments undermines impartiality and is not within the appraiser's authority. Question 17. What is the primary source of information an appraiser uses to establish a vehicle's pre-loss condition before estimating repair cost? A. Owner's statement of pre-accident condition. B. Certified pre-loss condition inspection report. C. Manufacturer recall and service bulletins. D. Vehicle service history records. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is a certified pre-loss condition inspection report because it provides an objective evaluation of the vehicle's condition immediately prior to loss. Reason A is not correct. Relying on the owner's statement is subjective and not independently verified. Reason C is not correct. Recall bulletins address specific technical issues but do not describe overall vehicle condition before loss. Reason D is not correct. Service history records document maintenance but do not confirm the vehicle's state immediately before the incident. Question 18. Which metric is typically used by an appraiser to quantify a vehicle's wear and tear when determining pre-loss value? A. Model year depreciation percentage. B. Odometer reading. C. Number of previous owners. D. Repair history record. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is odometer reading because it directly measures mileage, the primary indicator of a vehicle's wear and tear. Reason A is not correct. General depreciation by model year does not reflect the actual distance driven. Reason C is not correct. The number of owners provides no direct measure of mechanical wear. Reason D is not correct. Repair records show past fixes but do not quantify cumulative wear. Question 19. In auto physical damage claims, what does the term betterment refer to? A. The portion of repair cost that restores the vehicle to its pre-loss condition. B. The portion of repair cost that improves the vehicle beyond its pre-loss condition. C. The salvage value recovered by the insurer after total loss. D. The deductible amount applied to the claim settlement. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is the portion of repair cost that improves the vehicle beyond its pre-loss condition, which the insured is expected to share. Reason A is not correct. Restoring to pre-loss condition is standard repair, not betterment. Reason C is not correct. Salvage recovery relates to total losses, not incremental repair improvements. Reason D is not correct. The deductible is the insured's out-of-pocket share, not betterment. Question 20. A damage appraiser inspects a 2010 sedan involved in a loss and notes that the claimant's original tires have a remaining tread depth of 2 divided by 32-inch. The insurer authorizes replacement with new tires, showing 10 divided by 32-inch tread depth at $200 each. According to Massachusetts regulations on betterment, what amount should be deducted as a betterment charge? A. $800, full cost of new tires. B. $160, 20% of the cost of new tires. C. $200, cost of one tire. D. $640, difference between new cost and prorated old value. The correct answer is D. The correct answer calculates betterment by prorating the unused portion of the original tires and deducting it from the cost of new tires. 8 divided by 10 multiplied by $800 equals $640. Reason A is not correct. Calculates full cost without considering the value of the old tires, failing to prorate treadwear. Reason B is not correct. Represents only the remaining value of old tires rather than the difference between new and prorated old value. Reason C is not correct. Incorrectly charges only one tire cost instead of the total betterment across all 4 tires. Enjoyed this practice test? Tap like, hit subscribe, and share it with a classmate. Got a question we should tweak? Comment below. We read them all. Find full practice exam books in the description or at ExamPrep.School.